I'm at a point in my life, like, we all grew up in the streets, and we try to be better, but they labeled us felons, sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time to gain my respect and be who I am today.
What? Yo, wait a minute. Wait.
But I ain't
That's not
fucking
old
with y'all.
cops, okay?
No, it's Meek Millie though. Like I'm going out on Halloween trying to get lit. I'm in the roads
I'm
chilling,
about to
man.
rap,
Like,
though. I'm about to rap.
Oh, you a cop and you
no,
rap?
that man. They tried to block me up and take me away from my kids for no
I'm
reason.
about to rap, guys. Don't even trip. I'm about to rap.
You don't even want to hear the rap.
But no, I apologize for that. But
No, tell the captain and them no. They did me dirty and embarrassed me in front of the whole
outside
club.
is not always for everybody, though.
Oh. Hey, why you trying to cover your hat now and though, man? We all seen it.
You don't gotta.
It's late.
We with police sometimes.
Oh, but
You don't gotta cover your head.
no,
You good?
listen.
Spit some
y'all, a lot of people don't like the cops, but we really do be saving people, okay? And it be other people calling on other people.
If they get hit up, they gonna call 911 and they gonna jump in that cop car. They like the cops sometimes, man. They be alright.
But we do our best to protect and serve. I don't know what they did to you that day. That wasn't me, but
Yeah, that was wicked though. They tried to take me away from my whole family, and I've been getting people like doing reform, trying to change laws. I ain't even want to go out that night from dumb shit like that. It's a Halloween
where was you
party.
at? You was at Harbor.
Meek Mill just went live, and folks are saying this might be the closest he's ever come to addressing the rumors that have followed him for years. Word is, the moment Epstein's Island got brought up, the whole energy shifted. Now people are asking one question. What does Meek know that he's never fully told the public? Now, before we go any further, let's set this up right so we can see how it all lines up. Back when Diddy was still moving heavy in the industry, Meek was right there in the mix. They were not just industry friends sharing stages. They rolled deep, matching outfits, coordinated moves, private trips, the whole thing. People noticed the energy early but brushed it off as regular power player vibes. Then Diddy got locked up on those serious charges, and suddenly everybody who was close started switching up fast, Meek included. But on this live, he went deeper than the usual denials. Think about that Vegas birthday bash Diddy threw for him. Not even on the actual day, but timed perfectly with a big fight weekend, so the whole city was packed with heavy hitters. Diddy rented out a full Parisian-style mansion for over 25 grand and made sure Meek stayed front and center all night. Insiders said the place turned chaotic quickly, dancers moving through the rooms, substances flowing, energy getting reckless behind closed doors. By the time it wrapped around 3 o'clock in the morning, the property manager walked into a mess. Broken bottles, stained bedding, signs of wild activity that left blood in spots nobody wanted to explain. Meek reportedly got out of there fast, shaken. Word on the street was he left hurt and bleeding after whatever went down when the cameras cut off.
Happy birthday, cuz. Happy birthday.
When that audio later leaked, the one folks say came from inside one of those environments, Meek shut it down hard at first. He called it fake, blamed AI, and talked about bots trying to take him out. He went on rants about being a voice from the trenches that powerful people wanted silenced. But the story kept shifting. First, he said he was never around any of it. Then later, he admitted, yeah, he was in some of those wild gatherings with Diddy. He saw the chaos, the enhancers moving, the late-night madness, but claimed he kept his distance from the worst of it. On this live, though, Meek sounded like a man tired of adjusting the narrative. His voice broke when he started touching on the islands.
What? Yo, wait a minute. Wait.
Yo, Sal, what's up?
Yeah, y'all already know how we
Yo,
playing out
Sal.
this
Let's
real
go.
life.
Real life.
Nigga, no Diddy gang, Meek Millie in real life. Don't ever
Yeah.
disrespect me, you
Talk
heard?
that shit. Yeah, Meek.
Ollie Carter, a whistleblower. Y'all remember her? She had already been speaking on this Epstein-Diddy island for a minute. She described being moved through pipelines as a young individual, ending up in spaces where power protected everything. She talked about Diddy's island specifically, calling it a spot where people not of legal age got brought in as party favors. The same island sitting right near Epstein's property. When those Epstein files dropped with all the logs, emails, and redacted images of young individuals around powerful men, folks started connecting serious dots. Diddy was not officially named in every document, but the overlap in those elite circles got too loud to ignore, And Meek was one of the names that kept resurfacing because of how tight he was with Diddy for years.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Allie Carter, a whistleblower, y'all remember her. She already been speaking on this Epstein-Diddy Island for a minute. She described being moved through pipelines as a young individual, not of legal age, ending up in spaces where power protected everything. She talked about Diddy's Island specifically, calling it a spot where people not of age got brought in as party favorites.
Meek Mill started piecing it together himself. He mentioned being pulled into environments he did not fully understand at the time. Trips, private sessions, gatherings that felt exclusive until the pressure built. He got emotional talking about realizing too late what kind of power dynamics were really at play. The kind where saying no was not as simple as it sounds when you are young, rising, and surrounded by that level of money and influence. Dude cried on camera. Not fake tears, but that raw unraveling where a man who always talked tough finally let the weight show. He hinted at things that happened on the island that crossed serious lines. We cannot even get into full details here. Too sensitive. Y'all can look it up. But the way he described the recruitment circles, the way certain people got passed around in those spaces, it hit different.
King over the border was for who? Protective Services is your supplier. Is anybody going to talk about that? The immigrants that are coming across the border, that all those they were just scooping up out of boats and out of the water, they're now coming in and they're throwing them right into the system. Aurora, Colorado, Springfield, Ohio. Where do you think all those are going? This ain't about an election anymore. Y'all know that, right? I was a party favor.
What does that mean?
I was a party favor. I was somebody you could take off the table.
So you're telling me they set
I set
on a table, like when you go to a birthday party and they have gift bags for everybody that comes that have candy and toys in them,
Yep.
and they set them on the table. So you're telling me at the freak off parties, they put on the table instead of gift bags, and then people can do what?
take you off the table and have with you, even though it's against the rules to do certain things.
Y'all remember how Nicki Minaj questioned him back in the day about his closeness to Diddy? She spoke on toxicity, on things not adding up, even hinted at undercover brothers and weird energy during that Soulja Boy drama. Meek always shut it down then, but on this live he sounded like someone finally facing what she was picking up on years ago.
Bro, yeah, when you see me, I had nappy braids. Yeah, my stomach was hurting. It really was hurting. I really starved some nights, man. Know what I mean? So if it could take me 13 years, why can't it take you 7? This is Meek Mill, and I would say my first time battle rapping, this was some real shit. Nigga made me cry, and I was like a badass boy at the time. We was battling, but it wasn't about the battle. My whole hood was laughing at me, and I never got laughed at about shit. Can't bust on my sneakers. I turned around and puked my eyes, got that lump in my throat, started crying, walked off. I said, oh, y'all be banging my shit. I was like 12, 13 years old. Shout out to Diddy, he f***ed me up in that battle. Yeah, no, for real, that rapping like he was 18. I swear to God, that nigga made me cry. I walked off home. I was on 23rd and Burks. I did the walk all the way home, and that gave my motivation to become who I am today, basically.
I'm at a point in my life, like, we all grew up in the streets, and we try to be better, but they labeled us felons, sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time to gain my respect and be who I am today.
Jaguar Wright had thrown her own claims out there, too, saying insiders, including possibly Nicki, played roles in leaks. Whether that part is true or not, the audio did surface, and it allegedly caught Meek and Diddy in a compromising position from one of those nights. Meek threatened investigations, offered big money to clear his name, but nothing concrete ever dropped. Just more tweets, more emotion, then silence.
But that's not a diss. Meek likes being brought up in that song. I don't know why you lowering his thing. You think you're doing him a favor. He's very, very happy being mentioned, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Okay.
That Vegas party keeps coming back because people say that was the night everything shifted for him. The bleeding, the quick exit, the rumors of what the bodyguard supposedly recorded. Meek on Live did not deny being there anymore. He admitted the environments were dark, that Diddy had a way of making certain young artists feel chosen until the control showed. He talked about seeing things that made him want to run, but the fear of losing everything kept mouths closed for a long time. Now, with Diddy behind bars and more names potentially coming out as investigators dig into overlapping networks, Meek said the pressure finally broke him. He cried talking about how close he came to getting fully pulled into something he could not escape. The island stories especially, the way young individuals allegedly got recruited into those circles, the transactional relationships, the behind-closed-doors behavior that went way beyond regular industry parties. He described being embarrassed by it all, especially that video of Diddy calling Meek Daddy.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was real. Nikki put that out there. That Nikki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek. Oh, man. She just wasn't gonna tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
So then who's the guy who's claiming he recorded it?
Oh, somebody that got paid?
Yeah, he said like I was standing
somebody
outside the
that
door.
got paid.
Yeah.
Now think about this. If Meek was really just a bystander who kept his distance, like he claimed at first, why did the story keep changing every time more evidence surfaced? Why run from your own birthday party looking hurt? If it was all innocent vibes, why the emotional breakdowns now when the files are dropping and the spotlight is swinging back to everybody who stood close? On the live, he looked like a man tired of pretending. He connected it to the bigger Epstein conversation. The pipelines, the islands, the way power moves in silence and leaves damage behind. He did not name every name, but the dots lined up heavily. Diddy's favorite in the circle, the wild gatherings that always had stories attached afterward, too disturbing to break down fully, but the pattern was there. And that is what makes this live hit so hard. Trust the online community not to stay silent. One user mockingly wrote, Meek Mill was being a bad boy the whole time. Another said, and they act like they're all tough and gangsters. Then another wrote, Meek looked tired as hell, breathing all hard. And yet another user said, bro's face says he's full of regrets. Let's zoom out for a second. This is not just about one rapper breaking down on live, it's about how these elite circles operate. The same names keep showing up, same islands, same patterns of control, substances, and crossed lines. Meek was not the only one, but right now he is the one cracking under the weight in public. His tears on that live felt like the moment the street finally saw the cost of staying silent for too long. Now the spotlight is on you. What do you think really went down on Epstein's island with Meek and Diddy? Was he just caught up in the wrong circle, or was he deeper in than he wants to admit, even now? Why wait until the files dropped and survivors started speaking louder to go live and cry about it? Does his story shifting over time make you believe him more or less? And if more recordings or evidence ever surface from those private sessions, how many other big names are going to have to come clean too? Hit the comments, 'cause this one runs deep. And if you're here for raw stories and messy, untamed drama, don't just swipe past. Stay tuned and peep the next video waiting for you.